When the people were dying, they would say, "Run, go, me, leave me here." And so they had to abandon family members and let them suffer and die by themselves. Among our teachings of Diné is that we learn from our past experiences, history. It's important for us to know history. And so it is that it helps us to know where we came from and why we are who we are, is learned through the understanding of history. And among our people, the Diné, some 600 years ago, around 1575 and 1580, over 1 million of our people perished because of the epidemics and disease and germs that came from Europe when the Europeans came to this continent. And during that time, it is called Nahon Zod. Inabike Nahon Zod is what they used to call it. And the only thing that our people seem to remember from that particular time period is that don't handle dead bodies. Don't go near dead bodies. And so they are to this day very fearful of death and the dead. And that's the only thing it seems like was preserved by our people, but they don't understand the history in this as to why that particular time period is important to remember, that it was a time when thousands of our people perished almost overnight. And it was that some of the stories and that I heard, when the people were dying, they would say, "Run, go, leave me here." And so they had to abandon family members and let them suffer and die by themselves. If they tried to help, then they would get that same disease and that same germ, and they would also possibly perish as well. And so that time period is referred to as Nabake Nahon Zod. And that's something that, because of the way that our people responded at that time, is part of a history that our Diné don't want to remember, and they don't talk about it. And so it is that it is important to understand what happened in the past, and it would also be what we are today is what we have experienced in the past. And so it's important to know history, individual history, family history, and national history and world history. These are things that are important for us to know today. And so it is that we are experiencing history right now. What are we learning? And so that it is that in the future we can have some idea on how to avoid the things that we are experiencing. And so those are the things that we are told about history, which is the things that happened in the past. And that is something that we learn from. And so it is that those are the things that we should put into practice and know we as the Diné. And it is that I encourage people to learn history, your personal history. Among our people, we have clans. There were over 145 different clan groups at one time, but we only have about 83 of them now. And a lot of the clans in that perished, and they are no more. And so it was that the teachings of our people, it is very important to be able to remember your clan history. Every clan has a mascot, it has a totem. And these are the things that are important to know about your clan. And it is how your clan history comes together and fits in with all of the other clan histories of the Diné. And it gives you the idea of how kinship works. And those are the things that we are told.